EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Breida, CD, an undrafted free agent from a season ago. And with McKinnon out, he's really helped fill the running void for the 49ers.
Yeah, remember, they got Jerick McKinnon as a free agent and expect him to be a three-down back for them. As you mentioned, out for the season with an ACL injury. Almost fitting that Matt Breida stepped into the breach for him. They were college teammates at Georgia Southern. Breida leading the league in rushing, tied for the lead, I should say, through the first 3 weeks of the season. And don't forget in reserve, Kyle Juszczyk, their fullback, who can take some plays at running back as well.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
There's Garoppolo to throw, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 6. This is Breida, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on second and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's third down.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
This is third and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. Garoppolo now. And that is incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And Gold is able to put it through. And a nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And now running right through it. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Elliott, the leading rusher for the 2nd time in his 3 NFL seasons, 1,434 yards, more than 100 better than second-place Saquon Barkley.
And the offense runs through Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He makes them go. And how about how he added to his pass catching this year? His numbers jumped up in a big way. So when Dak Prescott didn't have something downfield, he just dumped it out.
Change of scenery turned out to be really good this year for Cooper and the Cowboys. 9 games with them, over 700 yards, including that 217-yard 3-score performance against the Eagles.
And remember, that last score was in overtime to give Dallas a huge win in the NFC East and help propel them to a division title. 1,005 yards combined between Oakland and Dallas. The 3rd time he's gone over 1,000 in his 4 seasons in the NFL.
Go to 54, go to 54. Why?
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46.
The give is to Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. Oh, now he bowls him over. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that's complete. It's the Carr to Cooper connection. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
So what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, they'll take full advantage of it.
And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, 10.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
We're going to 54. Gun. Here we go, 46. 26.
3rd and long for Prescott. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. For San Francisco, Charles, earlier we discussed Jimmy Garoppolo, the year he had after the injury. They had to scramble really at quarterback, but now they're going to have the number 2 overall pick because of the injury-riddled 4-12 campaign. Where do you think they go?
They'll have different options, too, because many will say secondary. They just had 2 interceptions all year long. Worst in the NFL. Pass rush, to me, it's edge rusher because I think they get the rush inside with DeForest Buckner. I think he does a really nice job for them. But could they trade back from number 2? I think they'll be sitting by the phone saying, hey, you guys want to talk? We're agreeable to that.
1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Black 80! Black 80! Black! 65, 65. Black!
Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the 2nd straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. But there was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP since he's never won one. But Mahomes, a deserving winner. How about the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Saquon Barkley with the Giants. Many thought it might be Baker Mayfield with Cleveland.
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard of the Colts, and the Colts Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck, and very deservedly so.
I would say that for sure, and he beat out J.J. Watt, who also would have been a deserving winner. Coach of the Year, I thought, was a close vote, or probably should have been closer to me, because I thought Anthony Lynn from the Chargers deserved some respect, but Matt Nagy of the Bears, he ends up winning the award. They went 12-4 in his rookie season.
And then last one we need to mention, Chris Long of the Eagles, well-deserved Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. Congrats to all.
Yeah, how about that? Donated his first 4 game checks to fund a literacy program that donated free books and mentoring services for families. And remember, last season, he donated every game check to causes that he felt strongly about.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. Forced out to his left. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half 3-0 New England? Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the 3rd team to win the year after losing a Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now it's Breida. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Like 80! 65.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And Gold is able to put it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pavin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, Ivy Strafin. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know, if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pavin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pavin. Way to go.
Got it open man. It's Michael Gallup, and they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Cooper was the intended target. 3rd down here. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burned the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 56 yards out. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And here's Lewis. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
It's coming now. Here we go, 47. Here I come. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. Completes it right side to Cooper. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, here we go. 26.
To throw is Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. Escapes the defender. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up. He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri. Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, get the best of both worlds. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Here we go, 47, 47. Here we go, 26.
On second down, Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
21. Go ahead. Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
65. Wait.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. 180. 12, fellas. Here we go. Check 50. 12.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
Go ahead. 6. 21. 11. 12.
On first down, Garoppolo. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Back now in Arlington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that. Yeah, there was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. There he goes right side. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 72 yards. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? Go ahead, go ahead.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a two-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more two-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Space to maneuver at the 40. A big run that time by Elliott. 45 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Gun.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Second down, Prescott. On a crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That goes for a gain of 31. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
We're going to 54. Wide.
He's going to get it running right. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
I got you. 13.
He's back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
21.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
11.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Demarcus Lawrence in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
21.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
12. Here we go. Black 80. 11. 21. Black 6.
Now Garoppolo. Got to have this one. This one caught by Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
11.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And now it's 2nd down. To throw is Garoppolo. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is Selleck here with the ground. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. And that'll set them back 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And Gold is able to put it through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, That gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
13.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
I got this. 21. Here we go. Go ahead.
They run with Breida. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
65.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jared McKinnon. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Go ahead.
Here's Breida. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2.
Wait. Go ahead.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime, now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run with Breida, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.